Imagine someone waking up early every day, still sleepy, having a quick coffee and rushing to work. They spend the entire day giving their best, dealing with problems, stress, deadlines, and all this for a single objective: to receive their salary at the end of the month. When the money hits the account, the feeling is even good, but it doesn't last long. First come the bills: electricity, water, rent, credit card. Then come the purchases that were missing. The gas ran out, the fridge needs restocking, an unexpected medicine appears, and when this person looks at the account balance again, almost nothing is left. It's as if all the effort of the month had evaporated in a matter of hours. And then the cycle starts again, month after month, year after year, always running after the next salary, never managing to breathe, always with the feeling of owing something, even when everything is paid. It's this automatic behavior: work, receive, pay, be left with nothing, that Robert Kiyosaki calls the cycle of modern slavery. It's not a prison made of walls. It's a prison made of financial habits. It's like you're on a gym treadmill. You run, 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 but you stay in the same place. And the saddest part is that most people believe they have no choice. They think living like this is normal because everyone around them lives the same way. But the truth is that this cycle consumes energy, takes away peace, and prevents any person from building a lighter and calmer future. And why does this happen? Because nobody taught us to work for the future. They only taught us to work for the salary. When money arrives already with a marked destination, bills, debts, survival, nothing is left for growth. And without growth, you stay trapped in this same pattern, without realizing that there is another path. A path where salary stops being an anchor and transforms into a step. Now imagine two people receiving exactly the same salary on the same day. One looks at the money and thinks, "Finally, after an entire month of work, I can breathe." The other looks and thinks, "Here is the tool that will build my tomorrow." This is where the difference is born between those who merely survive and those who prosper. Many people treat salary as a prize, an emotional reward for having endured another month of heavy routine. And when money is seen as a prize, it goes out faster than it comes in. It's spent to relieve tiredness, to compensate for stress, to patch holes. But the rich, and when I say rich, I'm not talking about millionaires, but rather people who think like builders, act differently. They see salary as a tool, not as a trophy. Tool for what? To build something greater than the month lived. To create security, freedom and choices. To make the future me not have to work as hard as the me of today. While many think about now, they think about later. And this small change changes everything. Because when salary stops being just a value and becomes a seed, the person begins to act like a farmer. Plants, waters, waits, harvests. And what happens to those who only live for today? They stay trapped in the same cycle, year after year, because nothing of the money received transforms into something that grows by itself. Those who think like builders look at salary with purpose. They ask, how can this money work for me? How can it open doors? What of this value can become future and not just present? This mentality, so simple but so rare, is the starting point of financial freedom. The rich are not rich because they earn a lot. Often they became rich because they thought this way even before earning a lot. They decided that salary would not only be to pay for the life they have, but to finance the life they desire. Before continuing to the next topic, let me tell you something important, speaking directly to you who are watching. If up to here this video is already making you think differently, if it's helping you see money in another way, like the video now. This helps this content reach more people who are also trapped in this cycle and need this key turn. And more, if you want to have a plan laid out, step by step, with guidance, with clarity. If you want this channel to accompany you closely in building your financial life, then become a channel member. By becoming a member, you not only support the content, but gain access to deeper tips, private classes, tools and directions that will help you finally organize your financial life and start building your freedom. This here is not just a video, it's a path, and you don't need to walk it alone. Now let's go to one of the most powerful principles and at the same time most ignored by those who try to improve their financial life: paying yourself first. Imagine the following. Every month you work, and when the salary drops, you start distributing the money to everyone. You pay electricity bill, water, rent, credit card, groceries, and when you finish paying everything, you think, now I'll save what's left. But almost never anything is left, and when something is left, it's so little that it doesn't even make a difference. That's why most people spend their entire lives trying to save money and never succeed. The secret of those who prosper is simple. They do the opposite. Before paying any person or any bill, they pay themselves first. They set aside a portion of the salary. It can be 10%, 5%, even 2% if the situation is tight, and put it in a separate place, a place where this money cannot be touched for any common reason. This money is treated as sacred, like a seed that cannot be eaten, only planted. And why does this work so well? Because when you pay yourself first, you send a clear message to yourself: I deserve to build a future. I come before the bills. And something curious happens. You begin to adjust your bills to what's left instead of adjusting your future to what remained. It's like a way of respecting yourself, of understanding that you're not working just to survive, but to build something greater, step by step. And the amount doesn't matter. What matters is the habit. Those who save little with discipline tomorrow save a lot with ease. Those who save when there's something left never save anything. Paying yourself first is the beginning of your financial independence. It's like putting oxygen in yourself before trying to help the rest of the world. It's you saying to life, I am becoming the priority. Now that you've already understood the power of paying yourself first, comes the next step: transforming part of this money into assets. But what is an asset? Think like this. An asset is like a small machine that you buy and that continues working for you, even when you're sleeping, resting, or enjoying life. It's something that puts money in your pocket, month after month. And here's the big difference. While many people use salary only to pay for things that disappear, bills, objects, small pleasures, those who build wealth use part of this salary to buy things that generate return. Simple examples for you to visualize: a book that teaches you to earn more, asset; a course that gives you a new skill, asset; a small investment that yields every month, asset; an extra income source that starts small but grows, asset; a tool that helps you work better, asset. Asset is not just buying stocks or investing in the market. Asset is everything that improves your mind, increases your capacity to earn more, or puts money in your pocket without demanding all your time. Now, the opposite also exists, and that's where most people fall without realizing it: the liability. Liability is everything that takes money out of your pocket. An object you buy that only requires maintenance is a liability. An impulsive expense that brings you no return is a liability. Interest, debts, and unnecessary purchases, all liabilities. And here comes the most important part. If your salary only buys liabilities, your account will never grow. But if it starts buying assets, your entire life changes, because there comes a moment when your assets begin to pay your bills. And when that happens, you experience something rare: money working for you, and not you working only for money. Imagine, for example, that you invest a small amount every month. At first it seems like little. After a few months, you begin to see results. And over time, this amount grows like a snowball. This is how wealth is born, slowly, intelligently, but always growing. Transforming salary into assets is like planting a tree. Today it's just a seedling. Tomorrow it's shade, fruit, and security. And the sooner you start, the sooner your future will thank you. Now we arrive at a point that few know, but that completely transforms the way you live: the Freedom Fund. Many people have already heard of the famous emergency reserve, that money saved for when something unexpected happens, like an illness, an expensive repair, or even job loss. That's important, of course, but the Freedom Fund is something else. It's a step beyond. The Freedom Fund was not created for moments of crisis. It exists to give you the most valuable thing that exists: choices. It's this fund that gives you power to refuse a job that harms you, power to leave a toxic environment, power to invest in an opportunity that appears suddenly, power to look at life with tranquility and say, I don't depend only on the next salary, I have options. When you start building this fund, even if it's with just $10, $20, $50 per month, something changes inside you. It's discreet at first, but powerful over time. You begin to realize that you're no longer 100% trapped by the money that comes in every month. You don't accept any situation out of desperation. You don't live with that tightness in your chest when looking at the statement. This fund gives you back tranquility. Imagine waking up and thinking, if I want to change today, I can. I have an amount saved that gives me space to breathe. That's real freedom. And the most important thing is understanding that the initial amount doesn't matter so much. What matters is the habit. Each dollar placed there is like a brick in building your independence. And over time, this fund grows. And as it grows, you also grow. The Freedom Fund opens doors. Without it, life pushes you. With it, you begin to choose. And when you choose, you live with much more lightness. Now let's talk about something that seems simple, but completely changes the course of your financial life: the way you spend what you earn. Many people believe that living below your own standard is living badly, is denying yourself, is stopping enjoying life. But that's not true. Living below what you earn is not suffering, it's choosing with purpose. It's you looking at each dollar that leaves your pocket and asking yourself, does this bring me closer to my freedom or distance me from it? Because money speaks. It shows where you're going. When you spend without thinking, you're saying, I'm living only the now, tomorrow doesn't matter. But when you spend intelligently, with awareness, with intention, you're saying something completely different. I'm building something for myself. I have a destination. Imagine someone who earns $2,000 per month. This person can spend everything on things that disappear quickly: dinners, clothes, installments, small purchases that bring 5 minutes of pleasure. And in the end, nothing changed. Life continues the same. The account continues tight. Now imagine the same person, with the same salary, but thinking differently. They choose carefully where each dollar goes. They cut what doesn't make a difference. They trade impulses for purpose. They decide that some comforts can wait because they have bigger plans ahead. The result? At first it seems nothing changed, but as months pass, this person begins to breathe better, begins to save more, begins to invest more, begins to see opportunities they didn't see before. And without realizing it, they take solid steps toward freedom. Spending intelligently is not being miserable. It's being strategic. It's living with awareness. It's using money to open paths, not to close doors. Before buying anything, ask just one question. Does this make me more free or more trapped? If the answer is makes me more free, go ahead. If the answer is traps me, think twice. The power is in your choice. Now we arrive at a point that separates those who grow from those who stagnate. Knowledge. Money only goes as far as your mind allows. If you don't know how to deal with it, it doesn't matter if you earn $500 or $5,000. Everything ends up slipping through your fingers. But when you learn, understand, and master the basics of finances, something powerful happens. You begin to see opportunities that were previously invisible. Investing in financial knowledge is like turning on a light in a dark room. Things were always there. You just didn't see them. And the most important part is understanding that this knowledge doesn't fall from the sky. You build it, you feed it, you decide to grow. How? In several simple ways. Read books that explain how money works. Watch classes, videos and content that teach you to multiply. Take courses that increase your skills. Learn about investments, entrepreneurship, and new income sources. Understand how successful people think and act. Each page read, each class watched, each new concept learned. All this is an asset. Yes, an asset. Because what you learn today can give you return for your entire life. Think like this. If someone takes all the money from a rich person but leaves their knowledge, in a short time they rebuild everything. Because real wealth is not in the bank account. It's in the head. Now think of the opposite. If someone earns a lot of money but has no knowledge, they quickly lose everything because they don't know how to maintain, don't know how to multiply, don't know how to direct. Knowledge is the only investment that nobody can take from you, and the only one that accompanies you forever. And the most beautiful part, it's cheap. Sometimes it costs $10, $20, or is even free, but its return can be worth thousands. Each time you learn something new about finances, you're strengthening the structure of your freedom. It's like you're placing one more piece in this construction you decided to start. Investing in knowledge is investing in yourself. And that's the smartest decision someone can make. Reaching the end of this journey, I want you to look at your salary in a totally different way. Many people see salary as a destination. They work the entire month, receive, pay bills, try to survive, and wait for the next month to repeat everything again. But not you. You got here because you decided to think differently. You decided to create a path, not just follow the routine. Salary is not the end. It's the beginning of your construction. You are the one who decides if this money will continue maintaining others' dreams or if it will start building yours. When you pay yourself first, transform part of your money into assets, create a freedom fund, eliminate debts, invest in knowledge, build new income sources, use each dollar intelligently, reinvest your growth, follow a long-term plan. Something extraordinary happens. The survival cycle begins to disappear, and the construction cycle begins to be born. Financial freedom is not about earning a lot. It's about deciding to grow step by step with discipline, vision, and awareness. And remember, nobody builds a new life overnight, but everyone who builds starts the same way, with a small step. And you just took several. If this video spoke to you, leave a like now. And if you want to walk even deeper, have guidance, plans, steps, and close help, become a channel member. You'll receive exclusive content that can completely change the way you deal with money and how you build your future. Thank you for being here. Your journey doesn't end now. It starts today.